We are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome in to the Farmers Insurance Open here at Pub Sports Radio. You got myself and Conor Mac here breaking it down for you guys. We're going to have everything from our six-pack, top 20s. I got to make the cut parlay this week. 72-hole matchups, a bunch of action here this week, guys. It's going to be a fun course right on the ocean, Pebble Beach style. Del Mar, actually, Conor gave me a little sneak peek. He's actually played this course, the North course, that is, way back in the day here with his brother. So he's got some inside information, I want to say, here on this course. Should be fun. It's a tight fairways. I'm just looking at the overview here. Tight fairways, guys. Rough's not going to be as long as it was at the U.S. Open. They played this same course, U.S. Open 2021. John Rahm won this. That's probably why he's favored. Not playing the same golf he has been in the past. Big reason, I think, is actually the greens books there, Conor. They don't have the greens books like they did in the past. So we'll get into that more. But some other guys that played well at this event was Louis Oosthuizen, who's actually not here. Harris English, Morikawa, and Brooks Koepka, who actually is at this event. So those are some players that played well at this course. It's a long distance. It's not a short track. It's not 7,000 yards, guys. We're talking 7,700 yards. I'd probably struggle there, Conor. I'd have to, driver Greenwood, fucking 6-iron into half of these holes. So it's definitely, you're going to want to be deeper off the tee here. First round is going to be at the South course. The next round is going to be at the North course. Then there's going to be a cut, and then they play the final two at the South course. So DJ is returning along with the fans too. They didn't have fans last year at this event. Patrick Reed is the defending champion though at the Farmers Insurance when they played this event. Notables: DeChambeau, first time since Torrey Pines since he won this event. He's going to be back. John Rahm, he won again in 2017 at this event. JT Xander, he's a San Diego native here, guys, along with Mickelson, Matsuyama, Koepka, Day, Rose, Spieth, Horschel, Zalatoris as well, who was T7 last year at this event and playing good golf. So there's some notables in this event. Other than that, let's start to get into some of the stats I want to look at here, guys. You're going to look at 175 to 200 approach. I think, Conor, you're going to need to have players that are just, you're not having that usual 150 in. It's going to be closer to 200, 175 for most of their shots. So players that do well from that distance are Doug Gim, Daniel Berger, Mark Leishman, Charlie Hoffman, John Rahm, Kyle Stanley, Keegan Bradley, Justin Thomas, Hideki Matsuyama, and Joel Damon. So those are some players that are going to not thrive, but are going to gain more strokes at least from that distance. Because if you're not hitting these greens, or Conor, I'm just looking at a lot of these holes, and there's a lot of bunker play. You're right near the ocean, so if you're not hitting the greens, even you could be off into the ocean. Literally, you're into the canyons and whatnot. The rough too isn't going to be as long, so that's not going to be as much of a factor. But just looking at what Patrick Reed did, guys, last year, he didn't gain any strokes off the tee. He hit 30 of 54 greens, 2 in regulation, Conor. He wasn't hitting many greens at all, but he was first around the green. So even though he was number one by 0.3 strokes on the field from around the green. So it just shows you if you got money hands around the greens and you're putting, he was top 10 in putting as well, then you can win this. Well,
there you go. Real quick, just because this course is so long, like you talked about, and so difficult, it's just you would have to be a guy like Patrick Reed, play that well, and then end up winning it. Because for the most part, I like the guys that are long hitters, the big hitters here. Yes. DeChambeau won the U.S. Open here. Like we talked about, Rose, Leishman, Day, Rahm. These are the past winners the last 5 years. Mm-hmm. I don't think he'll be a guy like Reed unless he has a crazy week, that again. So
it's just it's like bringing a dog to the water. I'm trying to get an analogy. You can get them right to the hole, but they got to make the putts. They got to drink the water kind of thing. And Patrick Reed, he just seems to be so damn good at doing that, especially you're on Poana greens too, your guys. So there's only about 3 or 4 courses that have that, and they're in California. That being the Genesis, Pebble Beach, the Pro-Am coming up in a couple weeks, and this course. And I think there's another one too, but for the most part, these are the main 3. So they
get bumpy.
Yeah,
the sun comes out later in the day. They get
they get bumpy. It's kind of like it's not true. So even guys like Zalatoris, got people that even I want to say Corey Connors, people that aren't necessarily great putting on the Bermuda and bent grass. This is kind of like your your mulligan, kind of like it's just unpredictable. You know what I mean? It's not as true. Guys like Abe Answer who really like to roll them. Certain guys like that, even like Adam Scott can't putt, but that would have been a bad analogy.
He's playing better though.
Yeah, he is. He's playing better. Adam Scott over in the European Tour, guys. We're not breaking down the European Tour right now, just not enough time in the week and the day. But a lot of guys to read, Rory, Hovland. There's a lot of guys over there, so be sure to check that out too. But going back to Patrick Reed, yeah, just around the greens and putting. That's what won this last year. This year, if you're deep off the tee, it's an advantage. So guys like DeChambeau, Connor's right. If you're long off the tee, it's an advantage because you're not going to have as many 175, 200 in. With that being said, it's all about putting on these greens, getting more comfortable with the Poana. So guys that are from California, even a guy like Doug Gim, he's usually not the greatest of putters, but over here he does well. Another guy, Cam Davis, he's a player here that's really good tee to green. He takes advantage of his distance. It's all going to come down to his putting. He wasn't on the top, top 20 or top 15 last year in the putting categories, but tee to green, he was first. His approach, he was second. Cam Davis, guys, he's a guy I actually have in one of our matchup bets we'll get to in a little bit. I think he's going to have a great shot this week. What do you think there, Connor? You got anything else going on, TJ?
No, keep rolling. Keep rolling with your six-pack, wherever you have.
For sure. All right, let's jump into the six-pack, guys. That's pretty much all. We already went over the past champs. Yeah, let's get right into the six-pack. It's not
rocket
anymore. Alexander Schauffele, San Diego native. This guy's been money in the bank over here. Also coming off the Olympic win. I don't know why people don't give this guy as much credit as he deserves. To be honest, I think he's a heck of a golfer. He's almost won the Masters if he didn't choke on that one hole and went in the water. I think it was 16. I still won't forget that. I had Alexander in that against Hideki, but and Hideki went in the water on 15. Anyways, he's just playing solid golf. He loves playing over here in California. He was second at this event last year. He was T15 also at the Genesis. Those are both Poana. His putting, that's the big thing. When it comes to Alexander, he has to keep that putter hot. His approach, he's one of the best. Just looking at his approach, guys, he didn't mess up on any approach shots. Approach shots gained, other than I think one or two tracks. His shots gained on approach are absolute like a spaghetti sauce. They're money. He's also had a track under him. He played at the Century. He was 12th. So he's had a couple weeks off. I like that he's at least played one course since then. But Alexander Schauffele, Connor, I think he's also 20-1 guy. Shop around, you can find him 20-1. I think that's a great chance to get the San Diego native his first win here. What do you think about that one, brother?
I love the guy. I just want him to win when I choose him and when I take him. And to me, the value's been sucked out of him. It's decent. Like you said, shop around. You could probably find 20-1, 18-1.
Going up.
But yeah, he just can't get it done. He did win the gold medal. That was great. I just want him to win a major, and I think he's going to knock at the door and do it. And he's rough. He's on the short list for me. I think I'm going to have to leave him out this week. But I haven't decided yet.
Now. Don't make
I love the guy. I think he's great. And but man, he's had a problem finishing and winning. And so maybe a top 20 with him. I'm going to post everything when I'm going to play on Twitter. We're a little early because this course starts early. Yeah, we're here on Wednesdays, not Tuesdays going forward.
We didn't bring that up. Yeah, the course, this is starting Wednesday, guys, at noon Eastern, I believe, or 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific time. So this is an early start. They don't want to mess with the Sunday football. So this is a Wednesday to Saturday event. Don't forget about that, guys. You want to get your bets in before probably wake up tomorrow or get them in then. But getting back to Alexander here, 5th, 2nd, T17, 5th, 2nd. This is last year around this same time. He's absolute money in the bank, even going back to 2020, Connor.
Matchups, maybe, if you can find value.
Yeah. Matchups as well. He was 23rd at the Genesis. He did actually miss the cut, surprisingly. It's all about the approach here, guys. It's all about the approach. I don't see him messing this up at all. He just missed it last year, T2, T2 there. Alexander, I'm not going to talk too much more about him. I just think he's got a hell of a shot here. San Diego native. Don't be surprised if he wins this one. Getting on to the next pick here is going to be Daniel Berger, guys. It's Berger time. Money in the bank as well, this guy. He was first at the Pebble Beach last year. And Pebble Beach, guys, is the Poana style you want to be looking at. What else do we have here about Berger? At this event, Burns. Sorry, so many stats here. Yeah, looking at Berger here, guys. His ball flight. He's got the lowest ball flight in the league. That's one thing you're going to want to know about Daniel Berger. His ball flight is absolutely really low. He's not going to get himself into much trouble off the tee. It's all in his approach. Century, he was gaining 2 strokes. Excuse me. It all came down to his putter. His around the green has been solid. Everything about Daniel Berger has been just perfect. Only course he didn't gain off approach last year was the Phoenix Waste Open there. Like I said, the Waste Management, sorry. Won the Pebble Beach. Like I said there before, 2020. I know we're going back a little bit farther, but T5 at the Pro-Am again. He hasn't played this course as much. That's the one thing. He's going to be new blood, fresh blood to this golf course, guys. But I don't see why not with Daniel Berger. I've been watching enough of Mr. Bergertown, and he's deep enough off the tee. Guy with a solid approach here is going to put himself in good birdie situations. His putting hasn't been as good on Bermuda or bent grass. I think this is a perfect opportunity for him to get her done.
Hey, I like the guy as well. I just don't see a ton of value.
His numbers low.
Not playing here a lot is going to keep me off. But I'm a big Berger fan as well. Maybe a top 20 look if you want to look, if you catch the value with him.
Yeah, absolutely. If he was first place at Pebble Beach, which is very similar track in my opinion. It's not, obviously there's going to be some nuances to it, but then he was T5 at the same event the year before. He's thinking, why not play? Why, I don't know why he didn't play the Farmers Open. It's an easier field in the past. I think this is a stronger field this year. But Daniel Berger, 22-1. The number's low. I've been shopping around. I can't find anything. If you guys can find something in the chat there better than 22-1, let us know. But I think he's 20 and 22-1. That's going to be a little bit of juice to start off the card, but we're going to definitely start getting into the bombs here in a little bit. I'll get into number 3 on the 6-pack here, guys. It's going to be Tony Finau. Tony Finau. He's 30-1. I grabbed him at. I did this one early. I just thought this number's not going to stay at 30. I did that one on Monday. He's now 25-1. You might be able to still find the 30, but Tony Finau, T2 last year at this event. Tony Baloney here. Just seems to really like this style of golf course. Also, when it comes to putting, he's never been the strongest putter in my opinion, but I've heard some interviews from him, and he was talking about just how much he's been getting more comfortable with his putter, because that's what's been holding the guy back. All of our 6-pack players are going to have really strong approach, and this is another one. Tony Finau, let me just pull him up here there, Connor, just one quick on him.
Real quick, yeah, Finau obviously drives it well, great iron player, but the putting's the biggest key for him. He putted a lot better towards the end of the year and finally won, because he's always the bridesmaid and never the bride. He got, he got it done. But he's a guy I'm going to leave off win-wise. He'd be maybe a good to look for matchups this week if you like him. To me, it's a stay off to win it, but top 20 or matchups with Finau for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, a lot of my guys so far I've been talking about, they've either won at this event or been right knocking at the door. That being so far Xander, second place, Tony Finau, second as well, and then Daniel Berger winning at the Pebble Beach, which is a very similar golf course on Poana. So just looking at Tony Finau here, though, guys, his putter, that's his only thing that's been holding him back. But with that being said, he has gained strokes at this event on the greens. Farmers, 0.32. That's if he can just putt a little bit better, Connor, I'm telling you, this guy's going to win.
Yeah.
30-1, man. I got to take him, brother. He's going to be number 3 on the card here, Tony Finau. What else we have with Finau? His approach to at this event, he was solid money in the bank. What else we have? Tee to green, solid money in the bank. It's just going to come down to his putter, guys. So we want guys that are going to be in good positions that don't necessarily have to rely on their short game like Patrick Reed, because that was pretty rare to see. He won by 5 strokes, too, guys, last year when he couldn't even hit a green. It's pretty unbelievable. Anyways, let's get on to the next one here. It's going to be Maverick McNeely. This is a California kid. Grew up actually on Pebble Beach. One of the richer guys on the tour. So this is what he's used to. He grew up putting on Poana. He's one of the guys been knocking at the door. Maverick McNeely. A lot of us have had him in our betting cards. Let me just pull up Maverick here. What do I have here from Mav? He was cut from this event, but he was second at Pebble. He was 15th at this event in 2020, then T5 at Pebble. So at Pebble Beach, guys, he's definitely going to make our card. But I don't see why not having him on the card at 70-1. There's tons of value, in my opinion, with 70-1 in this guy. Approach this year, he's gained 0.58, plus 1.25, plus 1.0, plus 0.47. Second at the Fortinet. T19 at the Houston Open, T27 at the Sony Hawaii. This guy, he's got distance as well. His distance is his strong suit, so he's not going to have longer irons in. He's only a guy that's getting better. Maverick McNeely, guys, I think he's got a shot to win this one. What's going on, Preston? Yeah, hit those greens. It's all about the approach shots, baby. You got to hit them greens. That's it. But yeah, Maverick McNeely, guys, a skinny fella, but I'm telling you, similar to Will Zalatoris, two guys that probably don't weigh more than 300 pounds combined. They definitely have a shot, in my opinion. Though Zalatoris is going to make our T20 card. We'll get into him in a little bit. But Maverick McNeely, guy, he can win. He can win this event. 70-1, number 4 in our 6-pack. Pull him out. Maverick McNeely, he's on the can. Number 5 is going to be Lanto Griffin, guys. This is another Las Vegas native, actually, Connor, but loves playing over here in Poana, California style golf.
He's on my radar for sure this week.
Lanto Griffin's been just playing really well. Looking at what he did this event, he was T7 last year, even last week, which is when you see a guy who played well at the event and then he's playing well right now, that's kind of like he's a bet on guy. And this guy was T3 at the American Express, gained 1.44 strokes in approach. He's just playing really good golf, guys. In my opinion, he's going to have to make the card. He's at 75-1 too. You can't beat that. Pub Sports Radio here. Long shot, Harry Higgs, big old Harry. What a beauty. 20-1, 6th in the field putting last week. Ranked 11th for the season in course stat indicators. Ranked 11th last month in top CSI. Oh, there you go. Made the cut in the last 2. Absolutely. Yeah, I like that. That's from our guy Big Show there. The handsome big Harry Higgs.
If he plays well again, I'd be shocked. But hey, it's golf. You know
what? That's great. That's great stats from our guy there, Big Show. Harry Higgs. If you can get him in a matchup bet, shop around in the books, see what you can get from Harry Higgs. Even a top 20, I wouldn't mind that just based on our stats there.
Real quick, and a guy like that. Some of these guys that aren't great on tour or way down, like you don't hear their names. Sometimes they just they get hot like 5 weeks a year. And I mean, you might never hear from him again, but if he could get, make some cuts and make some money, because sometimes these golfers go in slumps.
There's a missing poster for half of them. Yeah. Where have you seen this guy missing? Yeah, that happens a lot.
For sure. Go ahead. Keep rolling.
You might see him now, but you won't see him again in maybe a couple months. Hopefully not the end of the year. But right now I'm going to keep on with Lanto Griffin, guys. He just really likes to play over here in California. Last year at this event, I said T7, strong approach, gained 1.97 last year, plus 0.84 on the putting greens, and was T26 at the Genesis, another point on a golf course, even tougher track. So he really is comfortable over here. We have him in the top 20s as well. Lanto Griffin, guys, 75-1. Can't shy off that one. He's number 5 on our 6-pack. He's on the can. Last one here is going to be, what do we have here? Francesco Molinari. A guy from California as well, Palm Springs native, well, Italian, but he lives in Palm Springs with his family. We know that. He really likes to play over here in California as well. Another guy missing in action. You're going to see Francesco Molinari now, but you might not see Francesco Molinari in a few months to come.
Played well last week, like you said. Got top 10. Yeah.
Solid T6. I just got it here now too, Connor. Gained 0.78 on the putting surfaces, 1.10 on the approach. His distance, he actually was a little bit better. He was to the field. It was a shorter track, but that's going to be the one thing right there, Connor, is going to be his distance. He's going to be a little bit shorter off the tee. But looking at what he did at this event, what do we have him here? Molinari, he was T10 at the Farmers Insurance last year. So he had no problems off the tee either. It was just actually his putting. He was lost a couple strokes. So at this number, you can get him at, he was 100-1. I'm kicking myself. I didn't jump on that, Connor. He's now, what do we have him at? 85.
85. Yeah.
Yeah. 85-1. But you know what? Couple shekels on that. can have a nice payday on Francesco Molinari, a guy who's really comfortable playing over here in California on Poana. Yeah, that's going to be our 6-pack. All of them are also top 20s here, Connor. I'll throw it over to you in just 1 second. Xander's plus 110, Berger's plus 125, Finau's plus 125, McNeely plus 280, Griffin plus 280, and Molinari plus 333. We're also adding Zalatoris plus 165 and Adam Hadwin. Adam Hadwin, guys, another guy you're going to not see for
Canadian,
Canadian fella. Yeah, I actually got a bet with one of my buddies. We got top Canadian, and I got Hadwin. He's got Svensson. So
hey, they got a good. You guys got a good 4 or 5 guys there now to fight for that.
Yeah, Hughesy's there too. Connors. Yeah, it's going to be good. But no, Hadwin, he really likes this California style of golf. He was T18 last year, T26 at the Genesis too, which is a tough course. And then he didn't play at the event the year before, then T26 at the Genesis again. Just looking at Adam Hadwin, he was a guy that almost lost his card too. Just listening to the Canadian media, he almost lost his card, guys, last year, and he just fought his way back in. Now his putting has been we're talking about guys who can't putt. This guy can putt. He was T6 at the Shriners, plus 0.95 on the putting surfaces. T25, plus 1.41. His approach is getting better. Off the tee, he's kind of similar to Molinari. He doesn't have the distance like a lot of these other guys. But Adam Hadwin, he just putts. His putter's going to be hot. If he can put himself, if he's comfortable. I don't have him on here in our top 10, 175 to 200 approach. But he's going to, if he can get that approach shot dialed in, look out for Adam Hadwin. I'm not going to make him. I don't think he's going to win the event. But I think top 20 at plus 450, Connor. Sign me up.
All right. Excellent. Shout out to Big Show. Yeah, real quick. Those two guys are two guys to look at. One's in better form. One's kind of not. Obviously, Jason Day, back problems, a bunch of other stuff. But he's won here multiple times. And Snedeker's won here as well. Playing a little bit better. Had a good week last week. Snedeker. Last couple weeks were decent.
That's just been playing well. You wouldn't think either. Guy doesn't hit the ball as far, but he just he loves playing over here.
But those are solid. Look, guys who have won here in the past. Kind of one playing not so well. One's playing pretty good in Snedeker.
Yeah.
Good call there. Big Show with that stuff. I'm just gonna run through it real quick. I'm gonna post my shit on Twitter. I always start from the top when I do these. Like Rom's cross out. Justin Thomas's form, even though if he's on, he can win it 12-1. Schauffele, he was borderline, but most places he's dropped to some places 16-1, stuff like that. Matsuyama already won. Don't want him. DeChambeau's interesting to me, like you talked about, especially if you could got him at 25-1, because when he was at the top of last year, it seemed like he's always 12-1, 10-1. There's no value on him, 9-1. So when he at this price and at this long a golf course where he's had some success, I think he's a good play at that number. You mentioned Berger. Go down Dustin Johnson. When I see some of these guys, he's 25, 30-1, Koepka 35-1. These guys are long. I think they're worth some money to win and maybe a top 10 or 20. But let's keep rolling down. You mentioned, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I was just gonna bring up my matchup bets. Actually, kind of leading off Day. I like Day and all, but just looking at his approach, I was kind of talking to you about it backstage. His approach has just kind of been slowly dwindling. He's just his approach.
Yeah. He's a non-play for me, but he's a long shot.
He's a long shot, but who's a guy who's playing really well right now, guys? Is Tom Hoge, the Hogemeister.
I had him last week. Yeah,
he didn't make the cut last year at this event, but he was 5th the year before that, and then 12th at the Pebble Beach, T52 at the Genesis. He's played half decent at these events, and if you just look at his current form, I'm just going to bring up Tom Hoge here, guys. He's been playing solid. His approach has only been getting better. It's going to come down to his putter, but Tom Hoge over Jason Day, minus 115, guys. That's going to start our matchup bets. These are 72-hole matchup bets. Number 2 is going to be Xander over Matsuyama. I'm going to pull the trigger there. I love the way Xander plays over here in California. Matsuyama, he's playing hot and all, but it's tough as a golfer myself to win this many events. And also I've just looked at some of his stats. He's okay. He's decent, but the way Xander's, I expect him to win. I'm going to fade Matsuyama out of all the top guys. You can get that at minus 107. And I might actually check us out on Twitter. Like Connor was saying, my handle's ego47_, guys. I'm going to tweet all my action. And I might even throw, just thinking about it, Connor, DeChambeau over Matsuyama too, if it's available. I think I may do that. But number 3 on our matchup bets is going to be Cam Davis. We're talking about his strong tee to green and approach. Cam Davis over Jones here. Matt Jones, Australian. I have to play Davis here. Stronger Australian, in my opinion. Going to take advantage of his distance here. Cam Davis, really like this one, guys. Minus 107. And I have some leans here, too. Molinari over Hughes and Pereira over Vegas. Mito Pereira. He's very deep off the tee. Kind of a sleeper pick here. Took him originally. I was going to put him on a top 20, but hasn't played this event at all. I think it's his first tournament as well of the year, so not going to have him on the card. But that's going to – oh, yeah, one more here, guys. Make the cut parlay. We're going to add some make the cut parlays. Going to try to incorporate this every week. Make the cut parlay. There's only 3 of them. You know, you don't want to get too crazy because I've done so many of these in the past, and you do 4 or 5. It's always that one that gets you, Connor? So I'm going to do 3. Xander, Tony, Baloney, Finau, and Daniel, how's your burger? Minus 112. That's going to be make the cut parlay, guys. You just need those 3 to get to you to Saturday, and you cash that ticket. There's going to be 2 units on that as well. That's Xander, Tony, and Burger to make the cut minus 112. That's going to wrap up this week's.
Hold on.
Oh,
real quick. If you got to bounce, you can bounce. Or if you want to stay with me, I got a few minutes here to talk, and I will be done. If you want to hang around or you got to go to work, you can dip.
No, I'll stay on with you. All right, let's go.
Okay. Yeah, I just need a few minutes. I just wanted to run through. You ripped through a lot that were good with matchups to look for guys. Griffin, Davis, Ginn, Damian, List, Hoagie. Those are all guys I'm looking at top 20s, 10s. Gooch, the guy's back at 50 to 1. A guy who won here 2 years ago, I'm kind of lasering on. Justin Rose. You can get him at 60 to 1 or so. I think he has value. Played well here before, winner. Siwoo Kim, he's hot. Obviously, this is when you want him. He's, came out Sunday, almost won. But 65 to 1, he might be a guy to look at. I mentioned Luke List. These are guys you might want to look at down the line, top 20 or in matchups. And maybe some guys that played bad last week, maybe what played better that you're getting a little value on, like Ortiz or Munoz. Some of these guys I like, Dylan Fratelli. These guys I think can maybe a top 20 you can get great value on, or top 10. You mentioned Cam Davis. I think he's like at 11 to 1. A top 10 would be huge. That's a huge price. Yeah. So those are guys I'm kind of looking at. Just real quick before I will post it on Twitter, like you mentioned. Just I'm zeroing on and looking, and I'll be done later. I'll have it posted on Twitter what I'm playing. So
sounds good.
Thanks, man. Just need to get that in.
Absolutely. You're the man. Appreciate you jumping in, Connor. Everyone in the chat, thanks so much for joining us here. Any questions you guys have, throw it to myself or Connor on Twitter. We'll be sure to answer those questions, anything golf related. Guys, the tournament starts tomorrow, so enjoy the golf. We got football Sunday. They're not going to be going on. It's just like we said, Wednesday to Saturday. So get your action in. It's going to be early. Pebble Beach style, or not Pebble Beach, Torrey Pines style, baby, California. Thank you so much, guys. We'll be back again next week. It's going to be Wednesdays going forward. This is just a rare Tuesday show because of the, Wednesday start. So we'll see you guys next Wednesday. Be good and hit them straight. Take care, guys.
Get it.